I'm sure you would have played soccer in your childhood. So I want you to think about three teams. The number one is a directionless group where kids are just running around aimlessly and having frequent breaks. The second group is an organized group where teams are very focused and they are having a lot of fun while they work. The third one is an intense group where people are overworked and they are overtired. Now, the question is that how do these teams are heading towards where they are? Of course, it is the coach. The first team has a coach who is casual. The second team has a coach who is focused, while the third team is having a coach who is intense, who wants his team to just overwork to achieve their goals. While we all want to have the second type of coach where you want your teams to be more productive, more focused, and of course having a lot of fun while you learn. Well friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Arun. I'm a life and a leadership coach, and in this video today I'm going to tell you how to coach your team more effectively, how to become a better coach so that you can get the best out of your team and you become a productive manager. Because coaching is not about telling people to do things, it's about encouraging and engaging people so that they can deliver best by their own. In this video, I will be giving you 5 important tips that can help you to coach your people more effectively. Stay tuned, here it comes. So the first tip that I would like to give you in coaching your team is bifurcate your team. Just do a deep analysis and bifurcate your team with respect to 5 categories. Number 1 is known as novices, the second one is doer, the third is performer, fourth is expert, and 5 is master. Now, how do you define these things? I'm going to explain you, but how do you do that? Now, in order to do that, you need to do a lot of observation. You need to spend time with your teammates. How do they perform? How do they interact with the customers? How do they behave when they are interacting with their teammates, with their seniors, and also with their juniors? When you do all that, when you do analyze their sales numbers, their interactions, you would make a lot of notes. Now, basis that, you identify that who are they. So, number 1 category that you get is novices. Novices are those people who need a lot of instructions, lot of directions, and lot of constructive corrections. Number 2 is the doers. Now, once a novice understands how to do a task, they start getting better in doing and accomplishing those tasks, and they become the doer. The next is the performer. When the doer is able to repeatedly do those tasks, they need a lot of hand holding, but they start performing, they start achieving results for the organization or the task that has been given to them. The third one, that is what we call it as expert. They just don't meet the standards, but they start overshooting the standard. They start overperforming, and that is where you will see that they need less hand holding, but more of directions that they are required so that they can accomplish more. And the fifth one is the master. Now, they are those people in your team who have excelled in performance, who have been able to deliver good performance consistently over a period of time. They are somewhat like partners. They are somewhat like who can give suggestions on improvement and also can coach more people in your team. Now, first and foremost is you need to identify all of them, and once you are set with that, your coaching will become very easy, because coaching doesn't fit for all. You need to have a specific plan for a specific teammate. So to do that, you have to bifurcate, you have to understand your team, because some needs more hand holding, some need less. So basis this, you will be able to give them a lot of clarity in how they can accomplish better by understanding at what stage they are in. So the second tip is ask guiding questions. If you really want your teammate to be self-reliant, then you need to ask a lot of open-ended questions in your coaching conversations. So for example, what is a good customer call? Or what do you think is an issue over here? And why do you say that? Now, when you ask such open-ended questions, you get to know what is the deeper thinking that your people have. Are they really curious, or do they have the ability to perform or zeal to perform or improve? And this also will help you, these questions will also help you to understand that how do they reflect their attitude toward work. Because it is very important to know all this, which is done by asking open-ended questions. Now we move to tip number 3, which is recognize your people. I'm sure you will agree that good coaching means it's a good balance of appreciation and criticism. But if you are involved mostly in criticism, in telling people what to do and how to improve every time, you will lose that balance. It is very important that you need to start recognizing your people for the efforts that they do. It's not always the 100% achievement to be recognized, but also the efforts that they are taking towards bringing a change in improving their performance, in improving their attitudes, should also be recognized. A good coach is the one who recognizes their people very often, who praise them very often, so that it instills good confidence and good culture within the team. So the fourth tip to coach your team is to listen and empower. I'm sure as a coach and as a leader, your first and foremost role is to have good one-on-one relationship with your team. And in order to do that, you need to have two important skills. One is listening and second is to empathize. Because your teammates have a lot of information, feedbacks and inputs which they want to share with you and they want to talk to you. So at that point of time, your skills of listening and empathizing it with them is going to help you a lot, so that they become more open to you, they can approach to you, so that they can be heard by you. A lot of people, a lot of teammates will have challenge in opening up, and that's where they need a lot of encouragement from you as a manager. And when they open up, you should listen to them and act on their suggestions if they are good, so that their confidence can be built up. Once you are able to do this, you will see that how your team is coming forward to help you, support you, and to make you successful. But this needs skills, this needs practice. And the more you do it, the more you become better at it. Now we move to the fifth tip, and I believe that is one of the most important tips, is to give feedback. First of all, I have seen that a lot of managers don't give regular feedbacks, they don't interact and communicate with their teammates, presuming that their teammates have understood everything while they were working together or they were talking on certain points. But that's not feedback. And feedback is very essential for your teammates to understand where they are, how they are doing, and how they can do better and improve upon the existing level of performance that they have. And feedback is always two-way. On one hand, when you give a feedback on their performance, you can also expect the feedback from your teammates, so that you can also learn and improvise better. Now, generally, the issues come with the manager is when the outcome is not good, the feedback becomes hard to give. It's very difficult for managers sometimes to communicate the hard feedback to their teammates. And I think that's one skill that you need to develop when you have to give a straightforward feedback to your team, so that they understand the issue at hand, they understand that what are the performance issues that they have, and also how do you give constructive feedback on their improvement. All these things matter a lot for the employee, because if you have a conversation like this on giving feedback, you will see that your teammate will see a lot of trust, a lot of genuineness in you, in helping them to do better, to perform better, and it enhances the confidence of the employee. While on your part, it is your responsibility while you are giving feedback is also to support your teammates, that are they adequately trained and do they have adequate resources to overcome their challenges in achieving their goals. If you are good in communication, if you are doing regular feedback sessions with your teammates, you will see you will be able to thrash a lot of performance issues that are coming your way. So giving feedback is the most important and essential skill in coaching your team to make them better performers. So in the end, if I have to really summarize all about coaching, I would only say that why do we coach people? We coach people because we want to address the gaps that they have with respect to performance, with respect to behaviors, or with respect to attitudes. Well, having said that, the major intention of you as a coach, as a manager, and as a leader towards your team is to help them accomplish more with respect to their careers, their professional growth, and overall growth as an individual. If you are able to convey that, if you are genuine about your people, you will see that you will not only become a good coach, but you will also become a good human being, where you will see your team is ready to do anything for you, any sacrifice that you are looking forward from your team in accomplishing the goal overall. So I'm sure this video would have given you some insights about the key important tips on how to coach your team and why it is essential that you should be coaching your team so that you become an accomplished manager. Do share your feedbacks, your comments if you have learned something from this video, and I will be coming back more with more stuff for you as a manager. Stay tuned.